Let's go over my gold and my SPY trades for the day / evening. Starting with gold. So I just want to go over two great trades that I took. Prior to taking these two trades, I was scalping in this zone right here, but honestly, it was just a waste of time. Ended up break even, but as you know, man, you got to be careful with what you're spending your time trading. And when there's really no structure, like you could see there's sort of a structure here, right? But when there's no continuation, I should say, I guess that's a better way to put it. And that's what Eric says all the time, right? When there's no continuation, it makes it way harder to trade, right? So this zone, sometimes you just got to let the market build liquidity. If you want to practice, you can either scale down completely, which I was, or you can paper trade, right? Up to you. I was trading like 1 micro in this zone, just scalping, and I think I was like a small green or whatever. But so how I made my money today is the pink, baby. Oh man, this is so hard with the mouse. I'm sorry, guys. Pink, baby. Let's go. So it's the same algo that I talked about yesterday. This was the high from the NY session, I believe. Yeah. And then this is when it opened again for the Asia session. And forgive me if I'm wrong, I'm just kind of learning the secondary time zones. I only started trading gold like a couple weeks ago. And at first I was like, this is amazing. It moves so much. And then after a little bit, I was like, wow, this is not so amazing. It moves so much. There's so much microstructure and honestly so many stop hunts. So it's really difficult. It's not easy. You really got to be patient with your entries and protect very quickly. That's what I find. So yeah, anyways, this is the pink that I talked about yesterday. And so I charted this out from the high earlier in the day. And as you can see, it took a long time for that cup to close. But once we got there and I started to see the breakout, I waited because I noticed that gold, when it breaks out, it just soaks up some sellers sometimes, and it kind of gives you a fast trade to the downside. So I honestly didn't take it at that first one. I'm glad I didn't, because either I would have got stopped out or I would have just held for too long, and then I wouldn't have been able to have a clear mind here. But so once it broke pink for the second time, that's when I took it. A lot of lines on my chart, so I made the circles a little bit bigger. So I went long right here, and as you can see, it's just an amazing trade. I mean, it doesn't get better than this. And this orange precision algo identified earlier, as you can see, like here. So I had that identified, and just a perfect breakout in that orange. And that was a great trade. And then once I seen the new high get created, I charted the pink again, and just at that point you just gotta wait to see if it happens again. And look at this, man. This is just beautiful. So like I said, I didn't take the first one. Went up there, I didn't take it. I charted a secondary pink. I mean, you don't always get it this perfect, but look at that breakout, retrace back to this orange right here, and boom. all the way up, right? Let me see if you guys can see that a bit clearer, but you get the idea. Like, look at that. So yeah, those were my two main trades for the day. It was beautiful. As you can see, it happened again, and it is happening again, but you could have taken this trade. I wasn't around for it. As you can see, I locked myself out. Gotta protect me from me, and I suggest you use this tool on whatever platform you're using if it has it. But you could have taken this. You'd have to obviously protect it right away. Set your stops, break even, or with structure maybe here. But as you can see, it's just breaking out in that in the magenta, and that's not what you want to see, right? Eric teaches us that, right? So your money makers are your precision algos, and that's where you want to see the breakout. Now, I'm not saying it can't. You got to still pay attention, but right now it's looking like it's just a magenta breakout, and you could take it, but you got to really nurture the trade, right? So anyways, man, yeah, that's for gold. Let's go to ES for the morning. So yeah, I took 4 trades here. So my first trade was with the break of this pink. I use Eric's charts, so I don't draw too many lines on mine, but I took this break, and as you can see, it needed a bit more, so I got stopped out, I think, like right here at this candle. Yeah, that kind of messed with me mentally, man. It caused me to miss this trade right here. I started to look at gold. I wasn't focused after that, and it just, like, the rest of my day goes to show that you really just have to stay focused even if you lose and get stopped out. Just make sure you don't hold losers, right? Like, if I held this all the way down here and then cut it, like, I would have been even worse. I don't even think I would have traded for the rest of the day, right? Like, it would have been such a big L. But, stop out with structure, use the precision algos, and then re-enter. And just stay focused for the rest of the day. Don't trade your PNL. I really struggle with that. So yeah, like when I lost this trade right in the morning, I lost focus, and then I missed this. So I seen this starting to go up, but I missed it, and that kind of messed with me too. I tried to catch it again, right? Break a pink. It retested, and you had the magenta support as well. So I took this trade. This was good. It was some small profits here. This trade was great because I seen the sellers at the magenta algo. I also had a yellow algo charted on my 30-minute chart, and that helped me take this one. So I took it as a Zomi. I had a couple entries, maybe like, one here, maybe one here, and I decided to hold the Zomi. So I held it for a good amount, couple runners, and that was a good trade. But this last one was my trade of the day, so I'll go over it. This line is pretty similar. This line I got from Eric's chart, so where he has his horizontal level, I kind of just placed it just to show you guys, but it's around there somewhere. And on Eric's chart, I think he had, the magenta break and then the level here, right? So what I did was I visualized on his chart, I visualized the secondary magenta that was building right underneath that with this level. Obviously the bears want this liquidity, right? So it's still very possible, but once I seen the bounce off the magenta and magenta showing support, that's when I took the trade. And my support is really tight, so that's why I like this trade, because if it starts breaking down under this magenta, right, then I know that it's grabbing this liquidity and it's going down. But what I was eyeing was just all this liquidity right up here, right? As you can see, all this for the bulls. And another big reason I took it is, pull up my 30-minute chart. I took it based on my blue here. So I have this blue charted, and all the dumps, as Eric always talks about, come from this line right here, come from this algo. So, it acted as support right here, start of the day. I noticed that. Moment it came down again, I took it here with good RR, right? Like, if it breaks down, like I said, under that magenta, I can cut the trade. But if it doesn't, there's a lot of liquidity for it to go up. So this was a great trade, man. I only wish I went heavier, but at the same time, the only time you can actually take good trades is when you're scaled down. When I'm scaled up, I just struggle, man. Struggle to think clearly. If I take a loss, it just destroys me. So, yeah, I've been doing pretty well lately. Looking to keep it up going forward. Hope y'all had a good day, man.